It's not like, um, it's not like you think it, you know what I mean? You're fudge. That's it. You know what I'm saying? No, no. I'm mentioning that because I know that there are persons that will listen to this and just simply push it aside. But I gotta say, those persons that will push this aside, guess what? They'll go to McDonald's. They'll get a hamburger and everything. Now that don't sound like much, but I gotta say, some persons who feel proud of themselves or feel like they're something, um, the point I'm making is that this is life. Well, okay, hold on, wait a minute. This is not life yet, that's for sure. Good gosh, not even close to life, really. We're more in death standards. We're more in comatic standards. We're in doom standards, okay? Now, as far as the actuality, oh, you could say the veil's going to be lifted, that's for sure. Like blinds, you just pull a little bit on the string and you got eternity and a lot of awesome beings to see, and yeah, you'll be connected to the grid, and yeah, yourself's going to save yourself, and you're going to be being fed hundreds of millions of facts per second, and you're not even going to be overwhelmed. Now, your temporary self, which you're going to be juxtaposing a lot to, you're gonna be, you would compare yourself as, your, if you were your unnatural self, you'd be like, oh, I would have had, what is it, oh, what's that term? I would have had a stroke, or a seizure, which I mean, I could totally understand. I mean, the information rate, in actuality, if you are to literally become as the flow itself, yes, the flow itself, all caps, is to be as suicide. I mean, it's basically suicidal, and that's not bad. Okay, okay. Let me clarify why that's not bad. Okay, suicide here. That's explained. Okay, suicide. Okay, the actual meaning of suicide means a being as the flow, aka the comprehension level that takes, aka to even grasp what that means, would literally drive a person mad, because it's as if to try your mind in eternal circumstances. This is eternal circumstantial stuff. We're not talking about a transgression or before, now, and after kind of thing. No, I'm talking about you're decked out. You have near to unlimited options of absolute awesomeness stuff to do, pretty much. Because to try and comprehend the flow itself is to say that you're an all calibrator. Not juxtaposed, but as to another incomprehensible. There's one. I would say I'm the other, but I'm going to put that aside, because that I'm not even going to try to clarify, because that I'm going to leave most of the information I want to be clarified by life itself. I want to be clarified by the story itself. I want it to be clarified by the, like the top tier, the most absolutes, life itself, eternity herself, etc. I could share so much on YouTube, but a lot of it is stuff that I can't clarify. I need evolution herself to clarify for me. See what I mean? I mean, that leaves it leaves a door of doubt and of legit doubts open. And I mean, so even bringing it up doesn't set me back. It just means that there's gonna be some persons that listen to this video, and they're probably not gonna want to listen to the rest of it. So that's why I don't even want to bring it up. But it's another example. It's another piece of the puzzle. I mean, this is documentation that I'm providing at an exceptional rate of examplisms and documentations. Because the more, well, I don't want to say the more, because good gosh, I do not want to be here in these circumstances any longer than necessary. That's for sure. I do not want to be here. I do not want to exceed a minute. If to exceed at all, 1 minute, and that is it. That is it. Basically gonna move on. I probably didn't even finish that sentence. There's too much going on. There's too much, at this point, I'm processing, I mean, even now I'm processing hundreds of bits of information. Not bits, I'd say bits, because I could only mention some of it. I mean, there's stories to every bit of it. I actually do have a book that will be hitting shelves this year, so that's a plus. It's called The Supra, and it is cool as it is. And again, this is why consistency and perfection of correlation is absolutely beautiful, and this is why ponage is a must. You want ponage, you want that, because it means that the options have been maximized, they have been optionalized even that much more. Yes, every single piece in the book is part of what I've put on the YouTube channel. Of course, there's about 3 or 4 chapters that I wrote myself, so that should be interesting. But honestly, I've heard from the publisher, and it's like a 2 to 4 week wait. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking, okay, I know how this is gonna go. The book is going to eventually breach, and yeah, me in the media, and it's over. Yeah, you put me in the media, and it's over. If I'm unseen, then it's over. Because I don't take shit from the government, and the government will not f with me. They can't. They cannot f with me. The reasons being undefined, simply because there's too many reasons as to why I should be protected in general. The stars to echo throughout all of Estrela's crystals. Gosh, y'all are in for a ride. I hope y'all are still listening. I hope the first person that started part 1 is listening all the way to this part. I see so many times. I guess because I don't do a playlist. That inconvenience factor. Oh gosh, I gotta take the mouse and go to the right side of the YouTube channel and click part 2. I mean, I swear that's what most persons are thinking. It's so many people are set themselves up. It's unreal. So many persons are putting themselves in a position that's like almost criminalizing. A lot of persons are, in a sense, criminalizing themselves. It's bizarre. I don't understand this way of thinking. It's almost to say that just because you have life, just because you have air in your lungs, does not mean you dictate your life. You know what I mean? Who has right to be suggestive? Who has right to even choose when eternity exists? Choice meaning you know how to choose. Okay, who's going to know how to choose? Life or you? Done. I mean, that's what I mean by the steamroller effect. That's why I'm saying don't fuck with me, meaning you're going to be messing with yourself. I'm trying to save you a lot of grief. I decided to remove a stupid response someone left on my YouTube channel, because I don't want Ground Zero to have such a remark like that on my YouTube channel. He has not responded to my my second message. Expected as usual. If you've checked out, well, you haven't, it's an older video, but I have a video. It's Sedna, Nemesis, and something else. Part 1 and 2. He left some retarded comments on my YouTube channel. Floored him in the comments, floored him in the message. It's so predictable. I mean, it's third person perspective though. Third person perspective. I didn't know this before. I mean, I like to look at things from a lot of different angles. I mean, even excessively, just so I know that much more, you know, just so I know what excessive is, okay? But third-person perspective at a certain point becomes almost demonic. It almost becomes a part to where it starts bashing you. Third-person perspective can turn on you just because the concept is it's what someone else is typically going to say, stereotypically going to say. You know what I mean? So it's almost like this voice develops in your head that's like responding to everything you're thinking of in your head. I mean, that's how it worked with me. I mean, I'm very instantaneous. I mean, I could think of a 30,000 foot, cyber plasma photon dragon with black hole space, scales and neon prismatic phantom lightning eyes, and specs on them. I mean, specs as in, the DNA makeup of the mug, attributes, story lore, whatever. I mean, that's all coming to me right now. So, I mean, a lot of persons slowly process through life. And that's why it's like when you try and open doors with most persons, although that's not really the case anymore, a lot of persons don't realize, but a lot of these little hindrances that they had been facing for a while, when it hits, they're going to see it decimated as though a nuclear warhead were going off, and these quote walls they had are but toasted pieces of bread in the pathway of a nuclear shockwave. Shockwave including like inferno and napalm and radiation stuff. Okay, a piece of toast is not exactly going to take that too well. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. Okay, that's how. Not in vain I've made the standards. Now, you're not going to know these standards are occurring. You're not going to even feel almost near to anything that I've done to an extent. Because clarification. You see, when you receive clarification, you are receiving completion. You are receiving something so gratifying that you could literally live in that moment of happiness. I mean, I don't know how many have ever felt such clarification to where it was like, I'm in heaven, I'm in nirvana. This is it. I mean, this is life. Life's awesome. Life's happening. I don't know how many of you have felt that, but that's what I'm talking about. On my end, okay, I'm gonna give you a little. Now I'm going to give you a before and after, past and future perspective. Okay. January 12th. Oh, also. Oh, hold on. What's today? Wait. Hold on a second. My computer's a day ahead. It's the 15th. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Whatever. Click. Okay, today's the 15th. Okay. It was 4 days ago that I had found the piece, like the material for the movie. Like, this is the movie. It's got so much in it and it's so beautifully made. I mean, seriously, I seriously went brain dead in a few parts. Like, I felt comatic. Like, I almost couldn't even move. There was just that much going on. That's why I can't even explain my own movies. I officially cannot explain my own movies for the simple fact, well, I can to most degrees, but for the simple fact, I need my own clarification as well. But honestly, if you were to ever decide, I already know I'm going off subject. It's all good. At this point, it's all good. It's all good because it's all information at this point, right? Okay. At some point, let's just say you okay, the before and after. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. When you decide, okay, let's just say you decide, I'm going to let nature and eternity show me, and then I will uniquely react. I will uniquely respond. When you bring down the number 2, that's number 2. But see how much that leads to, right? It leads to eternity.